I'm here with your Impact review. Oh man, and why am I talking like that? Is because I fucking feel tired, weak, and ashamed sitting through this episode of Impact, much like I always do. But I'm doing this review for you good people. So listen up. In the first match of the night, by the way, this is the first live Impact of the new live series. I mean, because now they're going to be live forever. Wow, that's great because there's so much shittiness when it's taped. And they don't even bother to edit it. Plus, it's all unedited shittiness. Whoa, that's fantastic. Anyway, the first match of the night, Sting, a 53-year-old man, goes over on Bobby Roode, their 20-something-year-old champion. Wow, that's really fascinating that they would put such an old fucking man over their world champion. This is their top guy in the company? Sting? The guy has been wrestling even longer than I have been alive on this planet, which is more than 24 years. I'm 24 years old, do the math, and he's still wrestling. I mean, I had a Sting Bendham figure when I was 5 years old, so it's really sad that he's still wrestling. I was 5 years old and I had a fucking action figure of his, and he's still wrestling in the company. After he beats him, Hulk Hogan comes out and books the same match for Slammiversary. You know, this match was just fucking horrible. Robert Roode and Sting, they keep throwing each other over the top rope, just fucking boring. Overusing the whole lumberjack match stipulation. Just really, really boring fucking stuff. Slow. They tried to make it look like a wrestling match with counters, but it's just so slow. And there was this part where, where Roode countered Sting into a crossface, and it was just so slow and awkward how they rolled over. Like, really laughable stuff here. But, hey, you get to see the same match at the pay-per-view. That's just great, right? Next up, Bully Ray calls Joseph Park into the ring again. Hey, deja vu. Isn't the same thing we saw last week? His fat self is munching on popcorn in the audience, and he comes out. And Bully Ray calls Abyss a coward, and Joseph Park grabs him by the shirt collar, and Bully Ray looks absolutely terrified. How the fuck am I supposed to buy that? He's begging Joseph Park on his knees not to hurt him, as Joseph Park's got him around the shirt collar like this. Like, are you serious? Bully Ray, whose gimmick is that he's supposed to be a bully, an accomplished professional wrestler, getting scared by a non-wrestler, some random guy that they tore off the street, and I mean, I don't know if he's got a background, Joseph Park, in anything. It's probably some indie schmuck that they grabbed, and anyway, he doesn't even go through it. He leaves, and Bully Ray says that they should have a match at Slammiversary. I don't care how bad you say, you TNA marks, how bad you say the Laurinaitis Cena match was at Over the Limit. Yeah, it was fucking disastrous. But this matchup is going to be so much worse, because there's no credibility behind it. He's a total non-wrestler. At least Laurinaitis was somewhat of an accomplished wrestler in the ring. But this just seems like dumb. Like stupid. Like Austin McMahon makes sense. And even though Laurinaitis and Cena was a bad match, it even makes a little bit more sense than this. Like, it's going to be a bad match. And they know that this is going to be a bad match. But they're coughing this shit up anyway like a fucking hairball. What a fucking tsunami. What a disaster. This is like a fucking earthquake opening up and TNA being sucked into it. This is the type of booking that will sink TNA into the fucking ground. And it's already fucking sinking. It's a capsized ship. It's the fucking Poseidon. Next up, Austin Aries beats Chris Sabin in a match that doesn't even last 5 minutes. Pretty decent effort here. I'd give it 2 stars. Very fast paced. They tried to fit a lot of action into this one. High flying maneuvers. But this is disrespectful to Aries. Less than 5 minutes, and he still has the best match of the night. That's impressive. But very disrespectful to Aries. Sabin, they just throw him out like Zema Ion a couple of weeks ago. You don't see the guy for weeks, and they're like, here you go. They fired his partner. Now we have a leftover wrestler. Let's just job him out for the hell of it. What? Anyway, next up, Brooke Hogan comes in, introduced by Dixie Carter. Wow, this is truly fascinating. Hulk Hogan is the GM of TNA, and now all of a sudden we've got Brooke Hogan is the GM of the Knockouts. She comes out, cuts a pathetic promo, such bad acting, and well, I'm gonna really enjoy my time here with the Knockouts, and blah fucking blah blah fucking blah. Such a boring segment. Brooke Hogan's gonna do nothing. She says that this is the best women's wrestling in the world. Who the fuck is gonna buy that? They have terrible matches every week, the Knockouts. No direction, no training, no nothing. Funny, speaking of Brooke Tessmacher, their top wrestler in the division, is a botch fanatic, and she botches everything that she does in the ring. And yeah, this is the best women's wrestling in the world. Yeah, it's Shimmer, by the way. Shimmer is the best women's wrestling, in case you're curious. Next up, Jeff Hardy and Devon for the TV title. In case you were wondering, this started off on ImpactWrestling.com, TNA Wrestling, whatever the fucking website is. I don't go on their website, so whatever it is, I think it's TNAWrestling.com. Still, they had a poll. You could pick Robbie E, but why the fuck would you want to do that? Mr. Anderson, RVD, or Jeff Hardy. Now, obviously, the only guy who could wrestle out of that bunch is Jeff Hardy. And that's who they pick. I don't know if the poll is rigged. It might be, it might not. We'll never know. Who cares? Anyway, they have a match, and, the action is, decent. It goes less than 5 minutes. Robbie interferes. Predictable finish. Robbie T botches when Jeff and Devon try to get him out of the ring. It's fucking ridiculous already here. This is just so bad. You want to fucking have a match, have a match. They don't even have confidence in their wrestlers to go 1 in 5 minutes. I mean, I'm not thrilled about Devon having a match, but, Jeff Hardy is, going nowhere in the company. Might as well give him a title. Doesn't matter. Better than Devon, wrestling every week, defending the title. I see Jeff Hardy do that. But yeah, Robbie T, what fucking waste of money, oxygen, you name it, they're a waste. Next up, Gut Check. They already hired one pointless wrestler in Alex Silva. Now they're doing the Val Venus ripoff, Joey Ryan. Cheesy Ryan Jeremy mustache look to him with a hairy chest. He looks pathetic. His match last week was pathetic. They don't vote him on. Taz gets face to face with him, says he fucked up his promo. He fucked up everything, man. Joey Ryan's a fuck up in life. I mean, it's a horrible gimmick. A horrible performance last week. And, just really a fucking waste here. Very cheesy, overacting. Especially Taz. I'm surprised at him. And Al Snow. Guys that have been involved in classic WWE promos and segments don't even seem to know how to act anymore. Or they're told to be so heavily scripted nowadays. It's a waste. I don't know. Joey Ryan looks like he's going to come back and fight Taz because, they really got heated there for a minute. But this was just boring. Next up, you got Daniels and AJ in a match. And this is just a fucking waste of time. It's okay. But they could do so much better. They didn't even really seem like they cared. They didn't even try to do any of their usual chain wrestling. It was just, whatever. Fucking lazy. Lazy way to end the show. They could do so much better. This is two of their best talents. And they didn't even seem like they cared in this match. Fucking waste. At the end of the show, Chris Daniels and Kazarian play a phone call conversation between AJ and Dixie Carter. Dixie Carter comes out and tells him to shut it off. That's the end of the show. And that's the end of the review. What a fucking horrible episode of Impact Wrestling. And the first one to go live. And now you hear that Dixie Carter says, this is what I read on PW Torch, that she is unhappy with the direction of the company. The usual match storyline formula isn't working. Well, what are they supposed to do? Tame lions? Do a tightrope walking act? Just have better matches, better storylines. I mean, like, okay, here, you want to know how you make Impact better? I'm going to give you a hint here. So listen up closely. You know, all this shit right here, this whole fucking show, don't do that. Do something else. Do the opposite. Do a good show. Give Austin Aries a fucking 15-minute or at least 10-minute match. Don't have a 50-year-old man go over your champion. Don't book stupid retarded matches for the pay-per-view. Don't have guys who can't act cut promos. This was a disastrous episode of Impact. And I hope you enjoyed the review, because I really fucking hated the show.